Hello viewers, it's Peter Elgar, the photographer again from Brentwood, Essex in England, and this is the video I promised about the EOS 300V. Now look at this lovely outfit I was given. It came from a deceased gentleman and the daughter gave it to me. I've known the family since 1970. So let's get on with it. This is the complete set that I got. First of all, we'll have a look at the features of the camera. So this is a EOS and it's electronic, all controlled, and it takes a different battery from the EOS I had before. This time the batteries, well this side, they're 2 CRs. Put the battery thing in the right. Here we are. Look, this sort of battery. That sort of battery. And they're totally different from the one I've got from the 1000 FN, which is this one. 2CR5. Now, why they changed the battery, I don't know. That's one difference. Now, regards, it came with the 2 lenses. This is the standard zoom lens it came with, which is a bit longer range than the one on the EOS 1000 FN. This is a Canon EF 28-105 zoom, and when you take it off, it's got a plasticky mount here, or plastic mount there, but the actual mount of the camera in this instance is metal. Now the 75-300 lens I'm going to show, that is a metal mount as well, but that's metal and that's plastic, so you have to be a bit careful. These are the contacts which work with these contacts, and it tells the camera what the lens setting is and does it all automatically for you. Here's the mirror which flips up and down and exposes the film, which zips across at the back when the shutter goes. Oh yes, you can have, on these lenses you can have it autofocus or manual focus. You click that down, that's manual focus, and you turn the ring here to focus manually. I've used that. It's a 58mm filter thread on both lenses. So we'll have a look what we've got on the camera here. This is a useful one. This little button is automatic depth of field. You've got to switch it on first. We'll go through everything gradually. See, we'll choose an aperture, say f8 or 9 foot, say f11. It's an electronic depth of field preview. You press that and there's a tiny little hole there. Can you see it? That's stopped down to f11. Yeah, that's open up. Yeah, it's stopped down. It's an electronic depth of field. On the front, we have the flash which pops up here, and it has a little device which, when it works with the red eye setting, will send out a beam into people's eyes to lower the pupil size. And it also has a flash focusing assist beam which flashes several times when you're in the dark to enable the flash to focus easier. So that's around the front. That's where you take the lens off there. All the other business is done on the top. Around the side. Now this is a strange Canon EOS loading system. It has DX coding contacts here, which sets automatically the film speed. So if you put a 400 film in, which is out of date, and you want to downrate it to 125, you've got to do it manually. But luckily with this camera you can downrate your films. But when you put the film in, pull it across to the word film here and close the back, it goes zip zip zip, and it winds the film out of the cassette onto this rewind here, rewind spool. The whole film is wound out. Now as you take a photograph, one frame at a time is wound back into your cassette until it comes to the end, and then it will automatically wind the last little bit of the film across. That is the EOS system. I'm not too keen on that system. And this control here does everything for you. You've got off, of course, which switches off all the electronics. Then you've got the exposure modes here. Program, time value, which are shutter priority, aperture value, which is aperture priority automatic, manual exposure, and automatic depth of field calculation, which I've never used. I've never used that one. But it all comes up in the back here. So as we change something up, the little top M for manual exposure comes up there, look. Then we've got AV, and it's F11. You change everything with this here command control here. That's 13, 16, F8, F6.5. There's the shutter speed, 125th. It goes to 0.002 of a second. And it goes down to 30 seconds the other way. You don't have to count on a watch 30 seconds for time exposure. Look, 30 seconds come up now, it does it for you. That is setting the time, but program is an exposure mode which will set both an aperture and a shutter speed for you according to what the camera thinks is correct, which isn't correct all the time. Now if you want to override the exposure, you press this little knob here, turn the command dial, and the little cursor at the bottom here moves across to plus or minus, plus exposure or minus exposure. You can control the exposure and give it less or you can give it more. So for snow scenes, you press it and you go to plus. I'm not pressing hard enough. Look, you can't do it with gloves on. Press 1.5 stops more exposure for snow scenes. Then on this control here, we've also got other functions. If you want to change your I'll move up one minute. I want to get the ISO. Oh, here we are. No, that's not. Here we are. ISO 100. See, if you want to downrate it, you can set it manually by pressing ISO. It keeps vanishing. If I hold it in, look, ISO 125. If you want to downrate a 400 film, right? So then you press it again, it'll come down to this little setting here, which is like a little eye, and that sets the red eye function for your flash. And if you have it on, every time you press it, this thing moves down. Oops. Oh, here, it's on 0. So it's got no red eye settings. You turn that, it goes to number 1. It's set to red eye. So we'll go down to the next one. And this one is a beeper. That's on number 1 beep. If you don't want the beep on, it keeps vanishing. You press that until it goes to 0. You've got no beep. Now press that again. And it comes down to multiple exposures. Now that's 1 frame of film. If you want more multiple exposures, you can press in 2. It's 2 frames on one or 3 frames on one. So I don't want to mess that up. And you press this one again, it comes down to auto bracketing, which is this one. Now, I've never used that because I usually get the exposure right, but say press function, it keeps vanishing, look. Then you can have it half a stop bracketing or 1 whole stop. That's 1 stop bracketing exposure. That means, we'll put it back to 0, because I don't want to put it back to where I know I understand what it is. This little one, you press that and it will automatically rewind the film mid-roll. Now I've never used that either at the moment. Now these other settings on the top, this one in the green is fully automatic control by the camera. So it will set an aperture and shutter speed for you, what it thinks, according to what film speed you've got in the daylight or the light. If it's dark enough, it will automatically pop up the flash. You don't have to pop up the flash yourself. This person here, that portrait, it comes up in the back, it comes up here, look, there's a little person. It will set a wide aperture to put the background out of focus. Then you've got landscape, little landscape comes up there. It was set a wide angle. You use it with a wide angle lens, and it was set f11 or f16. The close up, I've never used that, but it helps you to do close up. Even in the instruction book, it doesn't say. It just says use a macro lens. This one I've used, the sports mode. Look, you've got a little running bloke there. That will set a fastest shutter speed that the camera will give you at the fullest aperture according to what film speed you've got on the light. It will also put in AL servo focus on your lens. It will automatically track the moving subject as the runners are running, or the footballers are coming towards you, or the footballers are running away from you. It will track them and continually focus. Then you've got night scene here, and that will set the flash to illuminate the foreground and the slow speed for the background. And then you've got flash off. That one, it sets the flash off. So these hot shoe ones all go dead, and your built-in flash will go dead. Flashes off. So you can fit an expensive Canon EOS flash into there for about 300 quid, and you can get various other functions. Now this strange little button here, it gives you single shot, or it gives you winder, or it gives you delayed action. You don't have to press each segment. You press the button, keep pressing the button, turn it on again, keep pressing the button and look in the magic screen at the bottom here, down here. Now it's on, look, it's overlapping frames. That means you've got it on winder. Get it all lined up. It's difficult to press, especially if I've had my fingernails cut. Oh, look, it's all vanished now. And there it goes. There's the delayed action one now. You just keep pressing that back to normal, please. Now this one is the way that the camera sets up automatic focusing in the viewfinder. It measures umpteen points across the subject to give you automatic focus. Now if you want to be more selective, you press this button here, and you can press that one. You can select. Oh, that's changing the program. That's strange. You can select which one you want in the viewfinder. Oh, I'm sorry, I pressed the wrong one. This is the button with the little icon here. You press that button, then you can select, look, you can select one there, you can move it across, you can select it up there, you can select which one you want it to focus on. And then that one will give you a partial metering one that measures the centre of your subject. I pressed the wrong one. So there's lots of little things to remember on the actual camera there. I think I've covered everything, the battery, everything, all this dreadful little screen at the back, which is a bit difficult to use, this function button. It's synchronised with flash at a 90th of a second. So if you have it on program, you want to fill in flash outdoors, you press that, and it will press, here we are, it gives you a 90th of a second, which is the fastest synchronising speed. Now, if you want to use slower shutter speed than a 90th, you've got to turn this to time values. And you've got to turn your shutter time values down to whatever one you want. Get it off a 90th. Oops, it flashed, look, going mad. Here, then you can have it on a 30th if you want, and let more light through like that. Or you can have a 20th or a 15th of a second other than a 90th. You have to override the flipping camera. Now with this other lens I've got, it's a Canon EF 75 to 300mm f4 to 5.6 Mark III. And what happened to Mark 1 and Mark II I don't know, but that's a Mark III. It's got a 58mm field of thread. It's a nice zoom action, all smooth. Look at the way it zooms out. Look, loads of zoom. And it came with a box marked Canon. I opened the box. What's in this red box with the red Canon logo? Oh, a bit of plastic. And here's a lens hood for it. It never been used. Brand spanking new lens hood. The guy who died never used it. So you clip it on like that. You change your lens. Put it down carefully, otherwise things get expensive. And this time, look, that's got a metal mount. Much more professional than the one with the plastic mount. So you've got metal to metal now. A bit longer lasting. I'm getting my words back to front. Look at that. Doesn't that look real professional? Good Lord. With a zoom like that for 300mm. It does a focus tracking all right as well. I've done some pictures, but the test film I used was so grotty. I scanned a few of the negatives and looked at them under a magnifying glass to see what they were like. But I haven't got any prints to show you until I use a better quality film. The light here has been terrible in Brentwood, so I haven't put in a slower, better quality film. But there we are. That's about all I can tell you about the 300V. It's quite a decent outfit, and it was free. So hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to me, and then you'll get notified when I do another video in my own inimitable style. Thanks for watching, folks.